riffs are too repetitive, the lyrics make no sense. All the songs are B-sides and the cover art's a mess. There's so much here to tear apart. Listen to it for a week, now that week has passed. Here's Why I Hate This Album podcast with Tim and Garrett.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Why I Hate This Album, the show where we pick a song or album, listen to it for an entire week or more straight, then come back here and tell you, the listener, if we hate it, and of course, why. I am one of your hosts, Garrett Harvey. With me as always is co-host extraordinaire, Dickie Greenleaf to my Freddie Miles, Timothy Richardson. Dickie, how you doing, buddy?
I am doing great this week, friend. I am really feeling very confident.
Super on edge about this. What's got you so confident?
Well, Garrett, it is all thanks to Sky Rizzy. You see, in the past I had to cover up because my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. But now I feel free to bare my skin thanks to Sky Rizzy. I am celebrating my clear skin my way, as I am one of the 3 out of 4 people that achieved 90% clear skin at 4 months. Just like the surprisingly chipper Trent Reznor song says, nothing is everything. For the record, stop using Sky Rizzy and get emergency medical help right away if you have any of the following symptoms of a serious allergic reaction: fainting, dizziness, feeling lightheaded, swelling of your face, eyelids, lips, mouth, tongue, or throat, trouble breathing or throat tightness, chest tightness, skin rash, hives, or itching. Nothing is ever... Sorry, I knew I was required to sing, but I did not put the time in.
Still did not prepare.
No, I'm just not going to do it.
Nothing is everything.
Oh, God damn it, come on.
Boom, guess who gets the commish? The guy who sings the jingle.
That can't
You're
be
welcome,
the
Sky
rule.
Rizzy. Now, Tim, unrelated, completely separate of everything you just said. Do you have plaque psoriasis?
No? Well, I've got
I didn't think
10% of my plaque psoriasis.
I am reasonably certain that 10% of nothing is nothing.
Well, I don't think we should listen.
Also, the blood fountain that has become your asshole, is that related to Sky Rizzy as well? Or is that unrelated?
Gonna have to bleep some of that for purposes of still getting paid for the spot. Jesus.
And just
Christ.
General good taste.
I mean, yeah, that was.
But it is an issue.
It is a
stop.
serious issue that has ruined 3 couch beds.
It's a fountain.
Okay, we're gonna have to bleep the word.
You don't have to bleep it.
Specifically.
I kept it general.
Nope. Everyone understands about the fountain.
All right. Well, I was 80% sure that was an ad read. Now I'm 100% sure it was. But I think I somehow Kobayashi Maru'd the commission away from you somehow. So way to go, me. Moving right along. Tim, what song have we been listening to for an entire week straight?
For some reason, and I think we should all blame Garrett for this, we have been listening to the 1984 song from the musical Chess, One Night in Bangkok, kinda rapped by Murray Seafield St. George Head. Murray Head.
Tim, after an entire week with Murray Head and his hit single, One Night in Bangkok, I'm so curious. Do you hate this song?
Garrett, the one thing that is keeping me from saying yes, absolutely, is that this might simply be too weird to hate.
It's so weird.
But maybe, Garrett, this is really bad. It's just bad.
Bangkok, Oriental setting.
You know what? I might love it. What about you, friend? Does this bring back memories from your trips abroad, your work trips with the memories of chess edging, if you will, whilst hanging out in a red light district? Do you hate this song, Garrett? Did you find this song kind of arousing?
Chedging. Goodness gracious.
No, chess edging.
Yeah, chedging.
Okay, it's not a portmanteau.
It is now if you make it one. Listen, that's gross, and we're going to get into what exactly Tim means, because holy Christ, that's what this song's about.
Yeah.
But that aside, do I hate it? No. It's too strange. Well, we're going to get into it in just a second. But
would you like to see this with me off Broadway?
Oh, heavens no.
All right. What if Murray Head's brother Anthony is in it?
You are sweetening the pot a little bit, but I that level of detail leads me to believe that it's true, and that confounds me. There's no way Chess the musical is still a thing.
It's a thing somewhere, just not on Broadway.
Branson.
It's not in Branson either, Garrett. This is sub-brand levels of...
Oh, I don't even know what that is. Ooh, the Shreve.
Shreve or Indiana, yes.
Oh my God. Indiana. I hate to say it. You're cut.
Third worst state.
Wow. Hot take, Tim. I like it. Okay, sorry. Do I hate the song? No. It's too damn strange. We'll get into a little bit more of that in just a minute. Don't want to spoil a thing, but before we do, I'm curious. I think I know the answer to this, but let's make sure we get it on the record. We have a new stenographer here, straight from the 19th Circuit Court. Cheryl, you want to say hi? She does not. Okay, sorry. I guess we went over this before we got on mics. She is strictly here to record what we say. Tim, prior to this week, had you heard One Night in Bangkok?
I had never heard this before, nor had I heard of this. What about you, Garrett? Had you heard about the Bangkok before?
Oh my, yes. Of course I have.
Because you suggested it and seemed super excited about it, which should have been a warning sign.
Yes, this is categorized in the, what's the one we just did? Putting on the Ritz?
Taco.
Like, it's that level of like, what the fuck were we doing in the 80s?
They were weird drugs back then. Like,
yeah, I think they were tainted.
Drugs. Yeah.
Not weird in a fun way. Yeah, so like, I remember this being on as a child, and then very recently I went to Colorado for a bit because I had to get away, and whilst I was there, I was listening to a pretty big 80s hot mix playlist that I put together, and this was on it. And it made me go, what in the lovin' shit is this song about?
Yeah.
Because it's confounding.
That being said, my sister recommends a series of songs and albums to us that are all approximately in this vein, and this was probably one of those as well.
Fantastic. You're welcome, Tim's sister.
Whatever her name is.
Whose name escapes me. We'll call her Cheryl.
Helene.
Your sister's name is Helene?
No.
I was going to say, how has this never come up? Yeah, I think Jennifer feels good. I really feel like I should know it. Laura?
No, you just, let's not, I don't want to, we don't need to guess.
That's what this show's become. Okay. No, this is terrible. Back on track. I don't hate it. You don't hate it. You had no history. I heard it a bunch, both in my childhood as well as 2 weeks ago when I was in Colorado. That brings us to the song itself. And Tim, I'm so curious. Now, you've already tipped the scales a little bit. Let everybody know, if they were listening closely, the origin of this song. And I don't know how much you're going to get into it in the history of the song. Probably quite a bit, I would guess. I knew none of that until we started preparing for this week's episode. What I want to say before you get into the history is for our listeners to pay attention to the origin story of this song, and then later on in the episode when Tim talks about how well it did, try to reconcile those two things.
Yeah, honestly, maybe listen to it now before I go through the history of the band. That'll be weird.
Yeah, that seems hard to do. All right, Tim, take us on a journey. Help me understand, who is Murray Head? What is One Night in Bangkok? And did I hear right? This comes from a musical no one's ever seen?
Murray Seafield St. George Head was born in London in 1946 to Seafield Lawrence Stewart Murray Head, a film producer and documentary filmmaker, and also Helen Shigler, a presumably low-born British lady of British film and television fame.
Low-born?
Now, he was raised with his younger brother, Anthony Stewart Head, whomst you probably know best as Nathan, the Repo Man from Repo, the genetic opera. He also played Benedict in 2011's Ghost Rider, Spirit of Vengeance, and Rupert in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but I want to bring it back to Repo, the genetic opera. Yeah. But that's not who we're here to talk about this week, Garrett. We are here to talk about his brother, Murray Seafield St. George Head. Murray went as a boy to Lycée François Charles de Gaulle School and the boys-only private Hampton School, the latter of which was founded in goddamn 1573. You probably won't believe this, but this is true. Go Wildcats for both of those institutions. He then went to...
There was a British Wildcat. It had an accent. Did you hear it?
I did. It was good. Very subtle. That's what I liked about it. Subtle it was.
Accurate.
Anyway, Garrett, then he went to Chiswick Polytechnic. As a boy, though, he wrote songs. As a high school, I don't know, he probably didn't see his parents very much. And after high school, he had some undefined recording contract, but he also had TV gigs, including initially as a TV producer with future Monty Python-man Michael Palin. You're a big fan of Michael Palin, if I remember correctly. Never heard of Monty Python. He was in a West End production of Hair, where Tim Rice and Andrew Lloyd Webber saw him and thought he would be great in their new musical Jesus Christ Superstar. Except, Garrett, that they couldn't make that because they could not get funding for the stage production because of its sacrilegious nature. And I just want to say I stand against censorship, except in this instance, because I think that all blasphemy and sacrilegious things should, of course, be stricken from society. But they saw him and they thought he'd be great in this. How about instead we do a concept album called Jesus Christ Superstar? And Murray played Judas Iscariot on the original 1970 album version, which again was made in lieu of a stage production. Now, Ian Gillan, lead singer of Deep Purple, played Jesus on that. Michael Dabo, lead singer of Manfred Mann, played Garrett Harvey's favorite biblical character, King Herod, and of course, Carl Anderson, who would replace Murray Head as Judas in the actual, stage production, would later go on to marry Veronica Porsche, who was previously married to Muhammad Ali. Now, I bring that up because we never talk about Muhammad Ali's recording career on this show, and we should, because he did release the Grammy-nominated spoken word album, The Adventures of Ali and His Gang versus Mr. Tooth Decay in 1976. This is a very strange history, Garrett.
Oh boy, I hate gingivitis.
Murray Seafield St. George Head was in 1971's Sunday Bloody Sunday, and then started releasing albums, starting with Nigel Lived in 1972, a concept album about getting addicted to heroin, and Say It Ain't So in 1975, which is either about the Watergate scandal or possibly about shoeless Joe Jackson and the Chicago Black Sox 1919 scandal. Historians debate this to this very day.
Doesn't seem like it would be that ambiguous between those two.
Well, maybe one was a metaphor for the other. I don't know. He did a bunch of terrible-sounding British television and film and radio dramas before he performed on the 1984 concept album Chess, followed by being the lead in the musical Chess in London's West End from 1986 to 1989, departing only when he had vocal strain. Now, the concept album Chess is, of course, what the song of the week is from. The musical is a metaphor for the Cold War. It was written by Tim Rice and depicts an American and Soviet chess tournament loosely based around Bobby Fischer and either Viktor Korchnoi or Anatoly Karpov. Now, Tim Rice originally wanted to do a musical about the Cuban Missile Crisis with Andrew Lloyd Webber, but that was, of course, a terrible idea, so Andy instead did Cats, Tim did this. Again, Cats is, of course, based on a T.S. Eliot book, Never Forget, and we will probably get more into the specific plot of this song in the lyrics section.
I'm just lost in my Bay of Pigs. Dude, the Cuban Missile Crisis, the musical, sounds amazing.
Especially, again, fucking Andrew Lloyd Webber doing that.
It was just the Cold War? Cold War, the musical?
No, it's specifically Cuban Missile Crisis. Similar to Chess, I assume that it would be a metaphor for the entire Cold War.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I should have listened to my brother Bobby. Always trust ya, brother. Peter Travers called it confounding. The Kennedy family asked not to be associated. Why would they include that quote?
For legal reasons, Garrett. After Chess, Murray took some time off from anyone giving a shit about him. He did a recurring bit on the Kevin and Bean show on LA's K-Rock, where the host would just call him up every morning. The segment was, "What's up with Murray Head?" And they would just kind of ask him about his day. Now, I've never seen, or obviously, I guess heard, I've never heard any of these, but hopefully he put some effort into it and intentionally got up to some Tim-esque hijinks to really entertain the audience. You know, I suffer for my craft carrying Garrett's comedic dead weight, and I hope that he did the same. Oh, God! Oh, my God. Okay.
That was crazy. A bird just flew in the studio and hit Tim right in the face. Gino, did you see what kind of bird that was?
That was,
I think it was one of those hand turkeys you hear
That was
about.
harder than it needed to be, Garrett. That's what that was.
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to know how fast a bird will go.
He started releasing albums in French. Then he did some more British television. He co-wrote a French movie. He did Canadian television. He covered Robert Johnson as a character on a British television show. And he kind of... he didn't pretend to be. He wasn't doing blackface. He played one of his songs. Jesus Christ.
Oh! Oh,
covered, not
good.
acted as. Although, given the time,
I was totally possible.
Yeah. He then kind of faded off into obscurity unless you live in the UK, France, or Canada. His brother, again, was one of the main characters in Repo, the genetic opera. His brother also has children who are semi-famous actors. They were in The In-Betweeners and that recent Dungeons and Dragons movie that somehow wasn't entirely terrible, etc.
Yeah, I like that movie.
Yeah, you did. Tim Rice, writer of this song, won Academy Awards for songs in Aladdin and The Lion King. He has, of course, won several Tonys. He did Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat and also The Wizard of Oz with Andrew Lloyd Webber. A whole bunch of other stuff. Also, we didn't even have time to get into this, but the music for this was written by goddamn ABBA. What the shit, man?
Wait, what?
Yeah, the entire music for Chess, the musical, all written by a couple of guys from ABBA. Or ABBA, if you're fancy. This is all incredibly strange stuff. It is honestly might be the strangest history we've ever talked about.
This is the entire reason I wanted to do this song. Like, I knew vaguely that it was kind of about chess, and I didn't know why. And so I wanted you to do this. This is great. I love this. Thank you.
So the peace and chaos be upon you.
Yeah, peace and chaos to you as well, Mr. Murray Head. Now, I'll save it for general thoughts, because you said something in the history that I wanted to stop you cold, but I figured let's get all the way through it, and then it'll be a great jumping off point for the general thoughts. So before we do that, great history, Tim. Let's get into it. Before we do, everybody, here's a quick taste. Murray Head's signature single, One Night in Bangkok.
Bangkok, Oriental sitting in the city, don't know what the city is. Kept the creme de la creme.
Pretty good stuff.
Sure. The fuck is this, Garrett?
Great question. Let me circle back now to something I think I heard you say. You called this a concept album.
Yes.
That was later turned into a musical.
I think the musical was written, but they were like, I don't really know if we're... Like, I almost...
Basically, they did the same thing they did with the other musical.
Yeah.
With the Jesus Christ Superstar.
To me, I have no idea what the history is. I did not go into it that much, but like kind of the feeling I got was they were just like, we wrote some really goddamn good songs and we need to get financing for this musical. This is, Broadway producers in this goddamn city. They're running around everywhere. They have to get Fran Drescher to take care of their kids. It's a goddamn nightmare. But I feel like they recorded the cast, like they did the original cast recording beforehand as sort of like a promo for it. Now, that might not be true. I'm reading into a lot of things, but that's how it feels to me.
Got it. But at least as far as the research is concerned, as far as you could tell, it seemed as though the album came before the musical.
I believe so, yes.
And did you get a sense for what the musical is about?
Oh, sure. It's essentially a
Don't say a metaphor for the Cold War.
Well, no, I mean, it is, right? It is a meeting of two chess grandmasters. There's a whole plot. Like, I believe that this song is occurring when the American is being interviewed about the whole thing. That's the sort of, I mean, it doesn't actually matter to the plot of this song, but
sure,
that's sort of where this occurs in this. But yeah, it is a musical about a chess match between an American and Soviet chess grandmaster, which is intended to enlighten us about the Cold War or something.
So it's Rocky IV.
Yeah, basically. Less punching, but not none.
If I could change and he could change, maybe we could all change.
I have no idea what you're doing.
You've never seen the end of Rocky IV?
With you.
Oh, okay. Just completely robbed me of my confidence in that moment. Let's talk about delivery.
Mm-hmm. We really should. Well, actually, no. Let's talk about, because before the delivery, there is like the music, right? So it starts off, and there are a lot of different versions of this song with a lot of different lengths of intro to this. But at least the version I had on Amazon Music, and the one that goes with the music video, starts off with an orchestral introduction that there is a vague Thai kind of thing to it, but it also, like, if you had told me this was the 1980s, it's sort of like a conquest, Spanish bullfighting is about to happen, like, I could buy that too. But it feels like something out of the intro to Temple of Doom.
Yeah, no, I'm totally on board with you there. Big sweeping orchestral opening.
Mm-hmm. But then we get this like real hard cut to something that sounds like Taco or Prince's Bat Dance. It's this new wave synth pop nightmare that has nothing to do with the introduction at all. Like, it is night and day different.
It is somebody sitting at an engineering board going, and what does that one do? Okay, let's go ahead and turn that on. And what does that one do? All right, well, let's go ahead and turn that one on too. It's just like, wow, it's a cacophony of bleeps and blorps.
Like, if you go back through our back catalog, there is one episode where Garrett had life-alteringly bad diarrhea, and I had to do the final edit. I'm not going to tell you which one it is, mostly because I don't remember, but my point is, it's real bad, and it's
when
basically...
you hear it, you'll know.
yeah, because it's like this. It's orchestral stuff, stop 80s music, and that is how I edited it together.
Please don't talk about my life-altering diarrhea on the show.
I'm explaining why you didn't fix what I did.
They didn't need to know it altered my life.
I mean, I was never allowed near the editing bay again.
That's true. I did become chief editor of the show, which is not something I wanted.
Frankly, it altered my life as well.
Yeah, I feel like you won out.
Yeah.
I got hot snakes and you got more free time.
Yeah, that's fair. But then, Garrett, the delivery. What? So, there is some singing on here, but explain how Mr. Murray Head sounds.
It is a German man who
He's not German. Shockingly.
Well, I'll explain. I'll explain why I said that. It is a German man doing everything in his power to not let anyone know that he is not American. Mm-hmm. He is hiding his Germanness.
Yes.
And trying to sound American. And it's creating you know what it is? And I'm just joking at first, so here's what it is. The delivery. It is the Cumberbatchian effect.
Absolutely. That is a perfect example. And that is exactly what this is, actually. Like, literally him doing Doctor Strange, because this is a British man, and he will say he is trying to affect a New York accent in this. Like, very specifically.
It's not good.
No. It's because he raps, right? I mean, he's
rapping a little bit.
The best thing I can relate it to. His delivery sounds like Tim Robbins doing that Dylan parody Wall Street rap in Bob Roberts.
Oh, that's good. God, that's specific.
It's dead on. Go back, like you can do it's on YouTube, like just the clip of him doing. You can just do Bob Roberts rap and it'll come up. It is what he's doing here.
It's like you asked your favorite local city councilman to rap. It's like he's trying to be a ventriloquist without the dummy. He's so locked down in his delivery.
Yeah, that is true. That's a good explanation because it really sounds like he was doing a different voice and then was like, hey guys, let me do this thing. And then they just cut the first part that would have explained why he sounds like that.
It's weird.
Oriental setting.
Bangkok, Oriental setting, and the city don't know what the city is getting. It's
bizarre.
The creme de la creme of the chess world in a show with everything but Yul Brynner.
Yeah, we should just get started, Garrett.
Yeah.
Here is the setting, right? Murray is in Bangkok. He's here to play chess at the highest level. He is not here to bang ladyboys or anyone else for that matter. He's here, as Garrett would say, to nut intellectually.
Yeah, no, that is a trademark statement I've used several times, and I'm not grossed out at all by what I've just heard you say.
Right.
Nut intellectually.
Intellectual orgasm. That's what he's into, Garrett, allegedly, although we'll get into it.
We'll see. Yeah.
We get a Yul Brynner reference because, of course, the Siam, or King of Siam from The King and I. Apparently, allegedly, legend has it that both that movie and this song are still banned in Thailand to this day.
I had heard this song was still banned in Thailand to this day. That's hilarious. Because it isn't the most...
There's a lot of references to a lot of Bangkok stereotypes that are coming.
Time flies, doesn't seem a minute since the Tyrolean spa had the chess boys in it. Huh? This is where I started to wonder, is there a backstory to this song I'm unfamiliar with? So apparently there was a spa in, I suspect, Italy, based on Tyrolean, and he and his chess bros were chilling in it before they came to Bangkok to fight communism.
Yeah, and I mean, that is sort of what makes me question whether or not he is here just for the chess, right?
Ah, okay. I see what you're saying. Maybe, so they call themselves the Chess Boys. First question, is there even a chess tournament, or is that just a cheeky name for these sex tourists? Or
no, I think there's a chess tournament. I think it's very important for him that he has plausible deniability.
Okay, so he's still a chess master, but he and the chess boys also like to wet that wick.
Well,
so to
right,
speak.
in Iceland or the Philippines or Hastings or this place.
Yeah, or the Tyrolean Spa. That's probably why you can't Google it. It's probably, sort of a Bob's Your Uncle situation. You got to knock twice and ask for the extra anchovies to get that special service.
I am disgusted by what you just said. I don't know what it means, and I am disgusted.
I felt like you lived in that world, sort of a Max California lifestyle.
No. I mean,
That's
it
a
is called
millimeter
the
reference.
Soy Cowboy.
Huh?
The main thoroughfare, I mean, it's actually very small in Bangkok, is the Soy Cowboy. I'm probably pronouncing the soy part right. I know I got the cowboy part. It's SOI space cowboy. That's their main bit of their red light district, although it's very short.
Oh, God. I thought you were saying you were going to a bar here in New York called the Soy Cowboy. I was like, you gotta stop.
I wish.
Let's keep going. This has become disturbing already. All change, don't you know that when you play at this level, there's no ordinary venue? It's Iceland, or the Philippines, or Hastings, or this place.
Yeah, so I mean, again, it's a metaphor for chess is a metaphor for the Cold War, right? At this level, we'll get there. At this level,
Okay.
at the level of excellence that they're at, similar to the level of diplomacy that your average JFK or whatever is at, there's no ordinary venue, right? We're always at the top of our game. Wherever we are is the goddamn World Series or the Lady Cup or whatever it is. Iceland,
all the marbles.
Philippines, wherever we are.
What's the Lady Cup? Listeners, write in hatePodMail@gmail.com. What event or competition culminates with the awarding of the Lady Cup?
The point is, Garrett, what I think you were going to say is that when you're at the level that he is at, the level of, I mean, let's face it, sex tourism. Yeah, there it is. There's no ordinary venue. Wherever you go, you're get there. And I hate to use the word best, but what they would bring out as the top of the line. Jesus Christ, this is dark. I know.
The prime cuts, as you like to say.
Yeah, probably bleep all of that. Maybe and just cut it.
Don't you cut it. Don't you cut it. I'll know.
No, you won't.
Oh, future Garrett note, you did not know. God,
one night
funny.
in Bangkok and the world's your oyster. The bars are temples, but the pearls ain't free. You'll find a god in every golden cloister. And if you're lucky, then the god's a she. I can feel an angel sliding up on me. Jesus, it's gotten dark already. So,
One night in Bangkok and the world's your oyster. It's catchy as fuck.
yeah, absolutely. The temptations are everywhere. He's gonna try and stay above them. The bars are temples, right? This is why people are coming. He is aware of why people are coming. He's aware of why his wife back home thinks he's going to this tournament. She's suspicious. But I love the line. So it already hits this. If you're lucky, then the god's a she. I can feel an angel sliding up on me. So he's listen, you're out there. In this particular environment, you're rolling the dice, man. You're rolling them.
Look, listen, the bars are full of shiny, smooth, white pearls. But they ain't free. You're gonna need some money for these pearls. But trust me, you get one of these pearls home, you get a really good one, it's even a lady. I'm sorry, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I'm very uncomfortable with this whole
I'm here
situation.
for chess. Oh, you're never gonna make it in the chess boys with that attitude. I'm Murray Head.
I'm
You're
Murray Head. I'm a
despicable.
huge pervert.
Oh, wait, I forgot he's a suspicious British gentleman. Oh, hello. Has anyone seen these delectable pearls in there?
I'm a well-known pervert.
I'm a world-class pervert.
Yes, well-connected, too, so if you need some perversions, I'm your guy.
I can serve all of your legal and less than legal needs. I was worried that at first the pearls were a euphemism for,
Probably gonna have to bleep that. One town's very like another. When your head's down over your pieces, brother. It's a drag, it's a bore. It's really such a pity to be looking at the board, not looking at the city. So so this is a conversation between Murray and Anders here. Murray's insisting, listen, man, every city's the same. I'm not out there for the nightlife. I'm not out there for the lady gods or the
Sniz, Tim. Tim, the hot snooze.
There it is. Or the Pearl Boys. Whatever.
Oh, yeah.
The case may be.
Boys.
I'm not here for that. I'm here for the chess, and I've got my eyes down on the chessboard. Now, let me say, if somebody were to slide a card or something down on the chessboard, I would, of course, see that because that is where I'm looking, and that is not my fault, honey.
Yep. Yeah, and if I'm focusing on chess and I'm like rook to L7, and L7 has a reasonably convincing woman sitting on it, I'm gonna see what I...
Ugh, probably have to bleep most of this.
Tim, I am very confused. You've really set me off here. Help me dial in the jokes. I thought the whole thing was that he seems to be obsessed with ladyboys.
Oh, you're doing great, Garrett. Carry on.
Oh, okay,
I'm just saying,
okay.
it is...
It's reprehensible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
Some of the toughest content we've waded through in
because,
some time.
I mean, this is... Listen,
it's aged poorly.
It has. This is not what we're still talking about. But I think also, Garrett, the problem is, I believe the ladyboys would say that they're there voluntarily, and I'm sure they are technically, but did they have any other options?
I really don't know. This is some listeners write in, hatePodMail@gmail.com.
Lots of details. A lot of details. I want... Garrett's got he reads all the mail before he decides what I get, so keep in mind you're going to be really upsetting him with your details of your trip.
Stop with the details. Stop it. You don't want the details. You're bullshit.
That's why we have you to protect me from the details.
Right. So, seriously, I don't want anyone to go Google it or Wikipedia. I could do that myself and I don't care. If you've been there, witnessed it, what's the sitch there? Why is this like just a cultural thing they do? Are you listening in Thailand? Are you a ladyboy? What's going on there? It's like the one part of the world where they're just like, we've got this and it's unusual,
no, I think there's a lot of
it.
places in the world they just have their own like niche thing. It's like it's just like that. They're just like, yeah, that's normal. That's a thing we do here. And you're
that
like,
okay. Feels darker.
It does, sure.
As most things in do. That one feels
but I'm just
darker.
saying, like, I'm sure there are...
That's true.
In a lot of dark corners of the world, there's a lot of dark things that are 100% normal for where you are. And
see, that's that Max California knowledge I was talking about. You've got that, like, your finger on the pulse of perverts. General sleaze.
Listen, I know you made up the business cards, but I don't necessarily know that I'm going to be passing them out at the bars.
Timothy Richardson, sleazebird.
Absolutely. You've seen one crowded, polluted, stinking town. Tea girls, warm and sweet. Some are set up in the Somerset Mangum suite. Get tied. You're talking to a tourist whose every move's among the purest. I get my kicks above the waistline, sunshine. So again, here he is. Anders is trying to tempt him, and Murray is pretending that he is above this. A couple of things stood out to me here. I like saying get tied to tourists. Like when somebody, like I might adopt this, right? When somebody comes up and asks for directions, I might just like steal their purse and kick them to the ground and shout like, get appled, and like run off or something. It's cool.
Interesting.
It's a cool thing to say.
I would stick with, I don't know you.
That's my purse. I don't know you.
That's my purse. Steal some. That's a funny thing to shout at somebody and then take their purse.
Yeah.
That's my purse. No, it isn't. Ow. We kicked me in the vagina.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The other thing here, though, is again, he's saying you're talking to a tourist. He's saying, listen, I'm not involved in the seediness. I'm pure. I get my kicks above the waistline, sunshine. And I mean, listen, it's one thing to brag about being all nipple play, you freak. But also, that's not true.
No, he's saying he's above all this, Tim. He's not there for the robust and well-documented sex tourism. He's there to solve communism through chess.
Sure. But then the chorus kicks in and Anders immediately calls his bluff. He says, one night in Bangkok makes a hard man humble. Not much between despair and ecstasy. One night in Bangkok and the tough guys tumble. Can't be too careful with your company. I can feel the devil walking next to me. So he's saying, listen, you might have come here as an innocent tourist, but one night with me, man, your morals are going to take a little tumble. animal.
Well, not to mention Chim. Wow, I almost called you Chim.
I thought you were going to say chimp.
I mean, it's one thing to get your name wrong, but Chim's not even a name. It's concerning. Anyway, I think, imagine you're there for chess. You lose to your Russian rival. You're down on your luck. You're not sure if you're there. All the chess boys are thinking about kicking you out of the crew. You might turn your attention to one of those sexy temptresses that's been sidling up next to you all evening.
Oh, 100%. Almost immediately. Probably that's why you lost that game, right? Because you're side-eyeing. And again, that's the thing.
That is serial killer rules, dude. I'm only going to do it if I lose. That's also addiction behavior.
Yeah, it is.
If I lose, only going to do it if I lose. Oh, nuts. In a astounding first move, Mr. Head has moved his king out first.
Yeah, because again, he is, what did you so disgustingly call it? Chezzing? He's
chezzing all day.
Specifically insisted this chess tournament, I assume he's got some backdoor dealings here, take place in the red light district so he can just be there just chezzing.
Taking it in all day, and then he's like, oh, bother, I lost the match. I'm going to go drown my sorrows in that young lady's bosom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then there's a Jethro Tull / Men at Work's Land Down Undery flute solo out of nowhere.
/ fucking, you know who I thought of was Ron fucking Burgundy.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's wild. Although I would say,
yeah, because it's more like fluttery, right?
Yeah. I was into it.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. Also, just didn't see it coming. Like, I remember this song. I could have even told you how it opened, but for $1 million, if you'd been like, and does that have a flute solo? I'd have been like, well, no.
Well, you should always bet against it, unless somebody's specifically asking you about it, because then they might be trying to trick you.
Sure, that is very specific. Song continues after the flute solo. Siam's gonna be the witness to the ultimate test of cerebral fitness. This grips me more than would a muddy old river or reclining Buddha. And thank God I'm only watching the game, controlling it. I don't think you guys rating the kind of mate I'm contemplating. I'd let you watch. I would invite you. But the queens we use would not excite you. So you better go back to your bars, your temples, your massage parlors. And then we get the chorus again.
It sounds real judgy.
Super judgy, like in a way that you typically see with folks that later get caught tiptoeing underneath bathroom stalls and going, what? I thought this was America. I have a wide stance.
Judgy, and like you're a Republican from Minnesota.
And your name is like L. Graham. Wait, that's too specific. Lindsay G. That's better.
Fair enough.
And that's the whole song.
Yeah. But I mean, okay, so here he's saying, like, okay, so maybe this is the thing. He travels the world going to the sexiest cities, Garrett, and indulging in their sexiest temptations. So now he's gone to the ultimate, Garrett. He's gone to Bangkok, Siam. And so he's saying, listen, the sexiest thing I can do is to abstain. So I'm going to have this tournament right here. The lady boys, the queens, the whatever, they're all around, Garrett. I'm chezzing. And this is the ultimate test, Garrett. I'm not going to do it. That's the sexiest
it's about
thing
the denial.
to me. Yeah, exactly. You get it.
He's got his
it. Yeah.
dick in one of those little cages or whatever they get.
Oh, God. I mean, yes, he does. To be
and it
clear.
is chess themed somehow. I don't know. Oh, he calls his wiener his rook. His sexy talk is all chess talk.
Interesting.
Oh, checkmate. That's
I don't understand what's happening there, but all right.
He climaxed there.
Oh, okay. Well, that's...
Yeah, that brings us to the end of the song after he ends it by berating everybody about their filthy, disgusting, delicious sexual proclivities and how he's not going to do it at all.
Yeah, but that is his...
And that's going to get him so hard.
Right, exactly. He's going to get there by trying to not get it there. Exactly. You gear it. I feel like you're 3/4 of your way into doing this yourself.
I don't know what I'm agreeing to. I'm out. I'm so out. You're out, and I don't think I'm in either. And Timmy, that brings us to the music video, and wow. I watched 3 that are mostly the same with mild differences.
Yeah, they all feel a little racist though, right?
Oh. Yes, but in I'm going to say subtle ways, and maybe that's wrong. Let me...
There are moments that is not subtle.
Interesting. Okay, well, we'll get into it.
It's better than the taco thing, but yeah.
Well, shit, man. Nobody gets into straight up blackface in this song, so I guess that's a win.
Yeah, but they do. Listen, is doing a multi-armed thing by having three ladies stand together and then that's like the Thai version of blackface, right?
You're talking about when three women stand in a row and extend their arms to look like Guanyin, the 18-armed goddess of the Thai people.
Wasn't
pretty
aware there was
racist.
18 arms, but yes.
Yeah, there are other goddesses that have less, but I'm pretty sure that's the one they're shooting for. It's a very famous statue. Okay, let's start at the tippy top. I'm going to start with the flyby. You interrupt me. I'll give you brief pauses, whatever you need. We open with a very poorly animated chessboard that collapses into a pile of white squares before we zoom into one of those squares where we see a slow fade into what is probably not a Thai woman.
Yes.
Then we cut, at least in the version I watched the most, to some people that are standing on a giant chessboard / dance floor, and some are wearing all black leotards, some are wearing all white leotards, giving you the impression that they are chess pieces, and they are dancing together briefly.
Yeah, and this comes back more and more throughout the song itself. And I don't know, did you notice anything about the choreography here?
It seemed haphazard.
Sort of. What it seemed like to me as if is whoever choreographed the intro to the first season of Peacemaker, I think took inspiration from this. Because
a lot of broad movements.
But later in it, it's like the overall choreography has a very that intro thing. It's very strange.
Okay. Now we finally see the man of the hour. Murray comes walking through a doorway of a very shitty set that I suppose is supposed to be the streets of Bangkok. I thought it looked like a houseboat.
Yeah, and part of it, he comes onto a catwalk, so I can't imagine. I have no idea what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, Murray's wearing a all-white suit because it's the 80s and that's just what you did. And he walks into a room with a chessboard pattern floor, that is to say a black and white tile floor, but I'm sure it's linoleum. And he sits at a table, and Tim, I want to know, what is this room?
Explain yourself. I don't know how to answer your question.
Okay, well, if you look at the objects in the room, as I mentioned, it's a black and white linoleum floored room with like a table in it, white shuttered windows, and like a stark white sculpture in the corner, and a chessboard in the middle, and some palm trees. What is this room?
It feels like they tried to design, like, you know how some, like the villa style houses will have that like central courtyard kind of thing?
I concur. I felt it was like Nouveau Art Deco tropical.
Yeah, exactly. But like so poorly done that the question begs itself, I guess.
Yeah, you're just sort of like, what is this room? It's borderline like he has stepped into an envelope out of time. It's like a few mishmashed things have ended up in this like doomed room of Satan and he's playing for his life. Like, it seems like where you'd go when reality ceases to exist.
Yeah, like purgatory is essentially what you're saying, I think.
Yeah, or possibly like like a Genesis music video might break out at any given moment.
Yeah, I'd feel much more comfortable if we kept it firmly within the Catholic tradition.
Okay.
Purgatory.
What an odd request. Okay, back to the music video. Suddenly, Murray is playing chess with the Thai woman we saw at the opening, and just a reminder, she's not Thai. They're playing chess with a sort of large board. Then we see a lot of dramatic chess shots from board level, so we can really see what it's like to be the pieces, and that begs the question, why? Next, for the chorus, we get a group of confirmed not Thai people, all dressed vaguely like Thai people, singing together. It is a black guy. It is an Indian woman. It is a Puerto Rican man. None of them are Thai.
Yeah. Is this where the Thai death masks, the festival mask kind of thing comes on? Like where they've got on one side of the head and the other?
We're not quite there yet. First, they all have to scamper off, and then we have to cut again to a not Thai woman dressed like the goddess Guanyin that Tim mentioned earlier with their 18 arms, but it's really just 3 people standing closely and they've got their arms out. It's not okay. Next, Murray begins walking around in what I called the judging montage. And this is what you were referring to, Tim. First, he watches one of, if not the most poorly choreographed Muay Thai fight I've ever seen.
And you've seen many.
Indeed. Dude, Three Ninjas Kick Back has better fight sequences than this. Then, Tim, what I think you wanted to get to is a man appears and wearing what I would term a traditional Japanese warrior mask, which is not Thai.
No, but there is a Thai version of this. There's the Fata Kon, or I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but yeah.
I'm ignorant.
Yeah, it's a Thai death mask is what they're sometimes called, or festival mask.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, truly terrifying.
Okay, so then we see...
Sorry. It's truly terrifying when, let's say, a U.S. Army helicopter lands and a man gets off wearing one of those with his normal military stuff.
Good Lord.
And those night vision goggles that have the 4 things. My point is, Garrett, what is your job?
Don't worry about it. So interesting. I really thought that it was, maybe some of these people are Thai then.
No, they're not. You know? No. No, they are Indian and Puerto Rican.
Maybe that was the 18-armed goddess Guanyin.
What a get.
Yeah. They must have known someone. Oh, God. No. Anyway, after what is now apparently a traditional Thai fighting mask or war mask, then we see a bunch of guys wearing what I would call, and maybe again I'm wrong, Vietnamese clothing, who pretend to eat rice out of empty bowls, which is weird enough, but then we reveal that Murray is perched above all of these men, leering like Batman, and just watching them all pretend to eat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, if you came across a bunch of guys pretending to eat out of bowls, specifically, again, with your job history, you'd be like, well, these guys are up to something. I'm going to keep an eye on them.
But I wouldn't perch on the top of a bunk bed
and
pretend
like
they couldn't see me.
That is not true.
God, you pounce a guy from the top level of a bunk bed 4 times. Suddenly you're Johnny Bunk Bed Pounce. Listen, they were unrelated incidents. Each one was unplanned, I swear it.
I believe that.
Stop eating candy around me. I won't it. God. Anyway, back to this music video. Then we're back to Murray, who plays chess with the Thai, not Thai lady, this time on a giant glowing board, which for, you know what, if I'm going to compliment anything, I like that glowing chessboard.
Yeah, we should get one of those.
We definitely shouldn't. We both hate lights and chess.
Well,
nothing. I think it might be your least favorite thing. You hate chess.
I don't hate chess. I'm very bad at chess, and that makes me angry. I don't mind being around chess. I don't want anyone to see me play.
All right, dude, you're officially getting old. What you just said to me is I wouldn't mind it as a design piece, but no, I don't plan on playing it.
That's right.
God, you know what?
It's
I'm
like
going to
one
go
of
look
the
for an apartment
bedrooms.
Today, and you are not getting in it.
Incorrect.
I wish I could believe that I could keep the boundary, but I know instantly, like, you're right. He's right.
Yeah.
I'm fucking doomed.
Yeah.
You're like, it follows.
I do follow. I don't like being called it, though. Murray then
We're going to make a sequel called Tim Follows.
Interesting. I mean, sure, as long as I get to play Tim.
We do have a few feelers out, but we'd certainly love you to come in and read.
Murray then looks disappointingly at stripper's legs.
Yeah.
And again, it's odd because like he very specifically talks about some very specific Bangkok related things, and then when they're filming this, they're just like, well, we're in Los Angeles, let's just go down the street, it'll be fine.
Yeah, so he leers at some prostitutes, then it's back to the dancing chess pieces. He becomes a floating head like Mufasa.
I was gonna say like that Apple commercial, where the guy throws the hammer through it, the 1984 one.
You do not have to live in conformity.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Steve Jobs
I don't
was a
know.
weird guy.
Yeah, he was. But I don't know. It seemed more like floating head as opposed to television screen. But I get the reference. Either way, he replaces his giant floating head watching the chess pieces by finally arriving to the chess dance floor to stand in the very center of all the dancing chess pieces and look judgmentally. I don't really know.
Yeah, because again, he is here to
not enter, to not participate.
Yes, he would like to be an observer, and very specifically, he will not be interacting with himself either. That's part of it for him.
Interacting with himself is a CNN level euphemism for Jayanoff.
We're probably going to have to
The
believe
perpetrator was seen interacting with himself both on 42nd and 44th Street.
Very specific.
It's the last time you were seen interacting with yourself in public. Which is why you're not allowed to wear sweatpants anymore.
Oh, I thought it was the chafing. Oh,
Why
I
would
guess,
I care
you know
if
what?
you're
One
chafing?
and the same.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Gross.
I don't want to go down this road.
Nope.
Okay, Tim, that brings us to the end of the music video, so I gotta ask you, how did this do?
Really, really well. This was a #1 single in Australia, Belgium, Canada, Europe as a whole, Finland, South Africa, Spain, Swiss, West Germany, and the Dutch single top 100 chart, although it only made it to #3 here in these United States of America.
Which is baffling, because again, it's a single from a concept album about a musical called Chess.
That had not happened yet.
Right. Bangkok, Oriental City.
It's pretty great, though.
I like it. Yikes. Tim, that's how it did. What do people think of it?
Well, there are 66 total ratings, 4.8 out of 5 stars on average, 93% 5-star, 2% 1-star. The first is by Colorado Dreaming from 2014, and it goes, yep, it was definitely the 1980s and the world had gone mad. Okay, maybe it was just the drugs. Oops, can I say that? Just kidding. Like most of the things from the 80s, it was different and refreshing, and if it wasn't, it gave you a different perspective on life. This one didn't rock me down the highway, but it was a great party song. 5 out of 5 stars.
Ugh, that person's terrible.
Oops, can I say that? Just kidding.
The internet.
Oh,
God.
Angel Zuniga from 2013. If I am forced to a specific number of words in rating songs, I will no longer leave a rating or a response. If I paid money for the song, that should suffice that I wanted the song. Anything beyond that is not for my benefit. After payment, that should be the end of my obligation. The rating system should be stars only without having to leave comments. 5 out of 5 stars.
I wonder if you have to leave a comment.
You do not. Nor do you have to rate it. You can just buy it.
Well, sure, yeah, you don't have to rate it. But I could see somebody making the argument, hey, I wanted to give this 5 stars. I don't have anything to say about it. Let me just give it 5 fucking stars. But I was pretty sure you could do that, so. Plot twist.
I think so.
You can.
I think so. Anyway, I went to YouTube after that, Garrett. Luis Alvarado, ER3UW, 3 months ago, said, this song appeals to my far seedy side. I'm glad I walk the streets of Bangkok, quote-unquote, type cities. Luis Alvarado.
I think there's an awful lot of implication in that review.
Oh, absolutely, Garrett. Especially the type. Bangkok type cities. He's the kind of person who goes to non-Bangkok cities and makes them Bangkok for him.
I go to all the exotic places. Bangkok, Cincinnati.
Sin City. Nah, that's not my joke. That's Life and Times at Tim.
Ah.
Yeah.
How dare you. Bakersfield. Yeah, I go to all the hot spots.
Yeah, well, you're out there
Gross.
hanging out with goddamn Josh Homme, so that makes sense.
Yeah, that dude is a desert rat. Please don't tell him I said that. I am going to lunch with him on Wednesday.
Yes. Jeff Johnson, 8624 from 3 years ago. This song is literally, this is very interesting. You're going to find this fascinating. This song is literally about a chess tournament that took place in Bangkok among, quote begins here, among, quote, champions who burn the same amount of calories as a marathon runner just with thought alone as they sit without making eye contact and moving bits of wood on a board that's on a table. And, quote, when one wins, his hormone levels are the exact same as a baboon on the savannah who just gutted his worst rival. These are quotes, of course, from Robert Sapolsky. Jeff Johnson, quoting Robert Sapolsky in reviews about Murray Head. That is a joke just for me and Garrett.
I was going to say, if I was a conspiratorial-minded man,
And you are.
I would, oh boy, I would be, that's news. Who told you that? I would be inclined to believe someone's trying to speak to us through these comments.
Quite possibly. Now, it was done 3 years ago, but it has been edited, so it's possible that that's Gino, or, you know, some sort of listener.
I hope it's not Gino. That's the least interesting result.
Yeah, but also, you remember we got those 2 new books by Sapolsky, and he's been reading about all this thing about how free will doesn't doesn't exist, and his takeaway from that is that he is no longer responsible for his actions, which I would argue is the exact opposite takeaway.
Yeah, he really isn't. I don't know if that's like the translating English to Italian, or if he's just not very bright, or, megalomaniac psychopath.
That could be. That is, now that I'm thinking about it, incredibly likely.
Yeah.
Garrett Ariadne 404 5 years ago said, I'm guessing one night in Krung Thep Mahan Khan Amon Ratan Ak O Sin Mahan Thar Ayut Haya Maha Dilak Fop Nup Thara Trat Chathan Ibur Iram Udam Ratchan Iwet Mahasit Than Eman Fimanan Watan Satit Saka Thot Tiowit Sanuk Ampur Asit wasn't as catchy a title. That, of course, is the ceremonial name for Bangkok, the capital of Thailand. It translates to City of Angels, Great City of Immortals, Magnificent City of the Nine Gems, Seat of the King, City of Royal Palaces, Home of God Incarnate, erected by Vishvarakman at Indra's behest, Place of the Ladyboys.
That last part doesn't sound right.
No, probably not.
Oh, it really is a beautiful language, though, isn't it?
It was difficult to get through. I had to put a bunch of dashes in there to break it down into syllables for myself.
It's a struggle for all of us, buddy. Thanks for taking us down that road. Great reviews, Tim. Who's this for?
This is for possibly my sister. This is for people who like taco and the Ritz. This is for people that like flute solos. This is for people who have heard of rap and would like to get into rap, but are scared of, well, they would call it urban things. Racists. Racists that are curious about rap.
Maybe I'll even put a finer point, like racists that are purely racist due to being naive.
Yeah,
it's
of
not
course.
an innate hate or even a taught hate. It's more of just a total
I just don't know anything about growing up in the city.
I like this guy. That should be your new character that you do all the episodes in.
I had a feeling you were going to say that. I think you and I are going to have a long talk after this. Alrighty, Tim, that brings us to final thoughts. We've been all the way through it. Did you learn anything, discover anything new for the song as we went through it?
No, I did all the research, so I never learned anything new.
It's not a fact that you learned per se. It's more about a discovery through the discussion.
I've discovered a lot of things about us. Stuff that,
Can't unhear.
Yeah. I've learned that you were willing to say some words that, frankly, required bleeping this week.
Don't like how you've characterized that, because we're going to bleep it, because, yeah, it's a little crass, but it's not what you're implying.
Oh, it's nothing bad. It's just something that you would not want on the record have being associated with you.
I definitely don't want a recording of some of the things I said.
Accurate. I don't want them either.
Yeah.
It's not even blackmail worthy. It's just, ew.
Yeah. We'll just both try to forget it, but you won't.
That's true.
You won't. Alrighty, Tim, then I gotta ask it. We've been all the way through it. Do you hate this song?
No, again, Garrett, it's just too weird. I think this song sucks. I think that, it's just kind of a bad song. It's a bad music video, but it's got that je ne sais quoi, that taco quality where you're just like, what in the fuck is this?
I think if you and I owned a bar, we could have this on, like, on the TV, on mute, 24/7, just have people constantly be like, the fuck's happening here?
Garrett, I would love to co-own a bar with you.
That's never gonna happen.
You're right. I would love to manage the bar that you own. On weekdays and not at night. I'm not great at pressure.
We own a bar together. He owns a bar I work at. I work for him at his bar.
Yes, and not the night shifts, to be clear.
No, I am the day guy.
Not a lot of tips.
Not a lot of tips.
What about you? Did you somehow get there? I mean, listen. How many years of running a bar with me while this plays exclusively on mute? We never again hear this song, but the video plays. How many years of that would it take before you hated this?
I think half.
Half a year?
Half a year was the answer to that question.
All right.
Yeah, this seems like one of those things that creeps up on you quick. It's pretty weird.
That seems like a long time.
Oh, interesting. You asked in years, so I assumed you thought maybe multiple years. I said half a year.
That was a trick.
Interesting. Okay, Timmy. No, I don't hate this. It's good.
It's not. Wait. It is not good.
No, it's not good.
Murray Head, I don't know any of his other work either. I know Anthony Head's work, really good. Repo, the genetic opera. That man can sing. But this guy might
Hard
suck.
disagree. Yeah, I mean, he was on Broadway,
That's
the West
true.
End for fucking 4 years.
Yeah. I'm sure he's done a little something on Broadway.
If anybody has seen Chess the Musical, are the other songs rapping? It's a good question. Like,
Tim
does he
and
ever
Andy
sing?
thought it was pretty cool.
Tim and Andy.
Tim Rice and Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Please don't call them Tim and Andy.
Okay. Well, Garrett, do you have any listener mail?
I do. An oldie. I wish I'd written down the date, but I forgot.
Okay.
This one's from, let's see, who's this from? I might not have written it down. Oh, it's from Brennan. Okay. And
Brennan's a real
writes-
weirdo, if I remember my Brennans correctly.
Yes.
Okay.
Because he's opening the email in the way that he has before. To Mungo Gary and Soft Nanners Richardson.
Love it.
Brennan begins. Where's the wild hogs? That's the only way that can be read. Tim was all gung-ho about it, and it never materialized. I really enjoyed the format change for the Scargiver episodes. That's how he wrote it. I look forward to... I don't know why. I look forward to a Timmy Boo delivered history about Tim Jamin Allen, a.k.a. the Coke Fiend Toolman, and the making of Wild Hogs. Also, Tiptoes. You gotta do the movie with Oldman. But seriously, let's get some more Why I Hate This Movie going. And I'm gonna pause right there. There's a ton more, but like, this guy's enthusiasm for A, Wild Hogs, B, Tim Allen, 3, the film Tiptoes. Now, Tim, I've seen Tiptoes 3 times. You've never seen Tiptoes. It's horrible.
Is this the one with McConaughey?
Yeah. Yeah. Features a lot of little people.
Yeah, but one too few at least.
One too few at least. And I'll argue one too many in that maybe it equals out. Because what Tim's referring to is that Gary Oldman plays a little person on his knees and they just had him wearing the blue stockings so they could edit out his legs later.
Yeah, but they put shoes on his knees.
On his knees.
Yeah.
And it's super obvious.
And don't they do like a thing where they pull his like arms back a little so they look shorter or something?
I
don't know. I've seen clips of this. I've seen his performance. And listen, Gary Oldman is masterful, and this performance is no
he
different.
disappears.
Yeah.
Except for the fact you can tell that it's a grown full man standing on his knees. But yeah, he has a very specific type of dwarfism that causes like the curvature and the hunch,
There's a
the
very
hunching.
specific type of dwarfism where he's just a where he's just a normal heighted man on his knees, and everyone's too afraid to be like, "You're lying, right?"
Yeah, I can see her calves. Yeah, and then the great Peter Dinklage plays a drunk Frenchman, and it is embarrassing.
It sounds good. I'll
It's
watch
really
it.
bad. I mean,
Listen, we should definitely do Wild Hogs first, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Like, Wild Hogs is going to be a lot of fun because Travolta's a living cartoon at this point. William H. Macy, I assume, is just looking dead into camera and trying to blink SOS kill me. And then you got Martin Lawrence there for some reason. And then the deplorable Tim Allen around all through that, I assume.
You did it better. Anyway, continue with your email, Garrett.
Of course. Confession time. I
Oh,
literally
God.
never listened to the albums or watched the movies you guys discuss.
Oh.
Been listening since episode 40, and the only exception was Wild Wild West, but that was for a personal reason after the episode was released, not for research, which is amazing. Also, for donations, you guys could just set up a PayPal or something. You don't actually need to give Patreon a slice.
Oh, let's do that.
Wiedersehen. Yeah. Auf Wiedersehen, German Timothy, and yeehaw to C-Boy Harvey.
Okay, next week we will announce where our PayPal is. That I promise you. And
I mean,
you
we
can
really could just
let's just
donate
do it.
to it.
Yeah. Listen, we're not at this point. We're not going to do anything different. In fact, we can't promise that we're not going to just
Release even less episodes.
less, or maybe we just completely pivot and start doing movies, and then I get bored of that and insist we only do conspiracy documentaries. But these can't be documentaries on conspiracies. These have to be documentaries specifically made by the conspiracists themselves, and then that's just what the show is. Why I Hate This Album, a conspiracy documentary podcast. I can't guarantee that's not going to happen. What I can
It's
guarantee
definitely gonna happen.
is that I will take your money.
Yeah, I mean, I really hate how much you've just plotted that. It all culminates with this. Eventually, after that, it will become a Lifetime movie only review podcast.
Oh, sure, I'm game for that too. But first, Garrett, Garrett, there's a movie called Climate Trails about chemtrails, and it is stupid.
It is misleading.
No, it's not misleading. That's not the right word for it.
God damn it. Yeah, I don't look forward to that era of the show. But yes, folks, you should strap in and feel free to write in and weigh in on this. At some point, you're going to download an episode one week, and it's just going to be a completely reformatted show. Like, it will be about movies.
It might be next week.
To do that. It could be any week.
Well, no, it can't be next week.
Oh, right. It can't be next week.
Yeah, we are legally bound to continue with this format for reasons that we will tell you later for at least 6 more weeks. After that, though, we can do whatever we want.
Yeah, but for the next 6 weeks, we actually have to do the show. Boy, that's a weird thing to say out loud. Can't tell you why, though. That's even funnier. And okay, email wraps up with, P.S. a few in conversations. Now, Tim, I don't know if I think these are just his friends.
Oh, that's fun.
I don't know. They're unattributed.
They're you. I bet they're you.
I really hope they're not me.
We're going to, listener, assume that these are things Garrett has said on the show, and download all the previous episodes, go back through them, see if you can find these quotes.
There's ellipses in the first one, so if it was me, I did not say it in this exact sequence. That's important. I'll give it a reading. I think that's important. Smooth and casual like greasing that baby.
That is you. You've said greasing that baby. 100% that's you.
And I've said smooth and casual like. Absolutely. Cannot say I've said it in that close a proximity.
I would say closer even.
Nothing in between.
Yeah, but there's space in between. I could say being like cool and casual like greasing that baby.
Yeah, but it's smooth and casual like greasing that baby.
I'm going to cut out the space in between like and baby there, and we'll see how it sounds.
Smooth and casual like greasing that baby.
There it is.
That does sound like me. In conversation, somebody. Next one is, if I could go back in time, I'd fist fight Ayn Rand.
I'm pretty sure that's you too.
God damn it. Listener, write in, Brennan, who said these things?
Ayatollah, write in. Do you take that as a direct threat?
Ayatollah? Khomeini?
Any Ayatollah, really, Garrett. It works for all of them.
Imams, write in. hatePodMail. No, don't write in, imams. I mean, you can. Certainly welcome to write in as much as anyone else, but you know what I mean. Tim, do you have any emails?
I do. I've got a very recent one from Alyssa, which I actually got a different one because I assumed you were going to pick this one too. This is entitled KOL-Sex on Fire Childhood Memory. Hello.
We left the window open. A Kings of Leon got in.
Yeah. Hello, boys. In response to the latest KOL episode, I would like to share a memory I have of the song Sex on Fire. To set the stage, it is Christmas 2008. I was 11 years old, and I just got my first iPod, a second-generation iPod Touch, along with an iTunes gift card. These, Alyssa, for future reference, too detailed. I was sitting on my bedroom floor looking for new music to add to my new iPod. I decided to check out the iTunes Top Rock list. While scrolling down the list and listening to the song previews, I accidentally purchased Sex on Fire by Kings of Leon. I froze. You see, this was my mom's iTunes account because I was 11 and I just purchased a pornographic song. I believe this was my first anxiety attack. I immediately ran to my mom, apologizing profusely for the accidental, embarrassing purchase. She laughed, told me it was okay, and let me purchase an additional $129 song on her credit card. That's a very good mom you've got there. I used the rest of the iTunes gift card to get the music video of Good Girls Go Bad by Cobra Starship, a song that is probably much more inappropriate. No clue why I got the video. It wasn't even that interesting. I immediately regretted not just getting the song. Since this was my mom's iTunes account, she was plagued by the purchases 11-year-old me made for years to come, specifically the classic album You Can't Spell Slaughter Without Laughter by I Set My Friends on Fire and various other Warped Tour alumni. Keep up the good work and maybe consider Good Girls Go Bad for a future Prepisode, or You Can't Spell Slaughter Without Laughter for a full episode. Y'all would hate that album. Love as always, Alyssa, and I am redacting your last name because your mom listens to this show. Be awkward.
Should know about your sexy song.
Yeah, pornographic.
God. Cobra Starship? Is that what she said?
Cobra Starship's Good Girls Go Bad.
I'm not familiar. I don't think
I am either. We'll find out, though. I think that it sounds good. Good girls go bad.
Yeah.
That sounds like something that you and your dentist system would be into.
I don't have a dentist system, obviously. That's a lie.
No, sure. I'm just saying it doesn't matter. I think the audience gets it.
I don't appreciate you. Then it just allows them to imagine some horrible thing.
Right.
I have no dentist
So
system.
tell us the system, and then
I won't tell you my system.
Okay.
I mean, I have no dentist system.
yeah.
God damn you. We also, I won't read the formal email, but to whomever wrote us and said, hey, you should do the new Morgan Wallen. It's 2 hours. No.
Yeah.
You
Listen,
psycho.
Send us a single or I don't know, your favorite 11 songs from that, and we'll do that. I'm not doing a 2-hour album.
Yeah, never again.
Yeah.
We're not getting Corey Feldman to it. Although that to this day, I think is either our first or second most downloaded episode.
Yeah, and it should be.
Mostly Corey Feldman.
Yeah, he made every one of those angels download it so many times. He's a good guy.
Oh, hey, angels. We should do another Corey.
Yeah. Well, he's got another couple of John Lennon covers for us to listen to.
Yeah, he does. What did we do? Angelic to the Core? Okay. I mean, it's really stuck with me.
That was our mistake.
Yeah, what were we thinking? Especially and that was when we were doing them every fucking week.
Oh, God, yeah. And I believe at that point, still editing completely without the help of interns and various other things.
That was just you and me. Not only do we not have interns or proper editors, we also had a complete and total lack of an understanding of how editing software works.
Right.
Now, it's so much easier. God.
But not easy enough for you people, you jackals, to expect us to be here for your beck and call.
Right. Wait, who's the jackal?
The audience. Audience of
Carlos,
jackals.
the jackal.
No, Garrett. No. That's contemporary.
What did you call me?
Alafea. The Viper, Garrett.
The Viper. Sorry.
The Bora.
It's pretty cool. I'll work on that.
Yeah. You don't have to listen. It's a nickname. You don't have to do snake stuff.
I know, but I kind of feel like I should play into it a little bit.
I think that's the thing. You leave it as mysterious as possible. If you're doing too much snake stuff, people will think that's why people call you Alafea or possibly Vibora, and not because of your, viper-like
deadly strike.
Yeah, there you go.
What if I got a big duster with a huge collar like a
my
cobra?
God. So, okay, speaking of snake stuff and dumb people, I was walking Yogi the other day. And we're almost to the park, and Yogi barked at this dog or whatever. They're very nice. They, did the nose touchy thing, and they wag their tails, blah, blah, blah. And the guy that was walking this other dog began speaking to me, so I had to take my headphones off. And that's when I noticed, Garrett, that he was slurring the shit out of his words. When I looked to find out why, it was because he had a grill in, which was gold vampire teeth. Now, this was August. This was not even Spooktember. This was far too early for this to be some sort of, spooky season.
Costume.
Yeah. This guy was just walking around with goddamn gold vampire teeth and walking a French bulldog as if that's a normal thing. And then when he met a different dog, he spoke to me, which,
Yeah, that is weird.
Because listen, if I'm walking my bulldog, I don't have a bulldog. Let's say I did and I had my done grill in. If I came upon a non-begrilled person, I would immediately feel self-conscious about that. And I mean, good on him for not, I guess. You do you.
I don't understand it. I'm not of the grill culture. I've known people who have grills, but they were more for I don't know how to say this any other way. They were fancy, so they didn't wear them every day. But
sure.
There are people that wear them on the daily.
Yeah, now I suspect this cost a lot of money.
I think it's like anything, Tim. I think there's levels to this game.
Sure.
Your vampire gold friend was probably not at the top.
Now, do you think if you were an actual vampire that you might attempt to mask it by wearing...
Yes,
okay.
Except... that's a good idea. So that you might have met a vampire.
Well, it was during the day, so I suspect it wasn't. But, I mean, you could wear a second... Oh, can't go out at night. I like it. The dark sucks his light out. I get it.
Yeah.
He freezes. No, but I mean, think about this. You could put on just a K-Way grill and walk around. I mean, obviously you'd be slurring, but people would be like, oh, he's just an idiot.
Yeah.
And not like a threat to suck our souls or blood.
Has anyone confirmed, can he take that out? I don't think he can.
I don't know. I like to think that he wants to, but can't.
It seems like it would fucking be beyond disgusting.
Yeah, well, especially like think about the outside of it. They're like bejeweled, right? Now, I don't know if you've ever put a bunch of jewels in your mouth, like to smuggle them out of a place or something, but they're very sharp and rough. Now, I don't know if you've ever done a thing that might damage your gums or inner lips horribly, but I assume that the entire inside of his mouth is just covered in blood.
Well, his is the only one that's not bejeweled. It's just like fucking titanium or something.
Oh, that's
weird.
True. Okay. Well, let's ignore him
like
for a moment.
Transformer's mouth.
Yeah. Well, this one wasn't, as far as I could tell, and I did try and get in there. I will admit that, like, once I saw what was happening, I jammed my thumb up and under that upper lip and really pulled it back to investigate what was going on in there. Yeah, exactly. I mean, listen, if you're walking around with a goddamn grill, you better expect to treat me like, me to treat you like a horse. My
dead conversation. That's how that's done.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
But I guess my point is, his were not specifically, his were just a smooth metal.
Right. Strange city we live in. Okay, Tim, that brings us to Musing News of the Weird. I had a tough time this week. I don't know if it was a slow news week or what, but would you like to go first or would you like me to?
Well, I'll kick it off, so I'll do the first and last probably. Get a little extra Tim news.
Music news of the weird.
Garrett, in Canadian news, Central Okanagan search and rescue crew responded to 2 British Columbia hikers who had called 911 or whatever their equivalent is in the Boulder Fields area because they'd heard faint yelling, couldn't tell what the guy was yelling about, and were worried about somebody in trouble. The heroic rescuers were about to search the entire woods when they came across a man camping alone and simply loudly and very passionately singing Nickelback songs.
Oh, yes. That's
singing
right.
Nickelback.
I forgot about this guy.
Yeah. Now, I have sung so poorly and so loudly that woods rescuers have had to come see if I was okay. But in my defense, at the time, my leg was caught under a tree, so it worked out.
You were just trying to make the best of a bad situation.
Yeah, I was trying to entertain myself, Garrett. Scare away bears.
Your mouth! Mouth! Sir, are you okay? Oh, he's just singing Bush. Razor blade suitcase. No, my leg is very badly broken. Yeah. I've just found this keeps the wilderness away.
It's important.
Also, yeah, it is.
Yeah, so that's my first story, Garrett. Do you have your first story all ready to go?
We got to work on these transitions. Just when I think you're like getting it and we're doing good, you hit me with that. Yes, it's ready to go.
And would you like to read it now then, since
That was not an invitation to speak again. I hate you. That was a dramatic pause for you to know I'm disappointed.
I did not get that.
Absolutely clear. I can't believe you don't shut up. Good stuff. Alrighty. In Snoop Dogg Hates Horses news, Tim, Snoop Dogg hates horses.
All right.
Quote.
Oh, sorry. I thought that.
Quote, I am scared of horses, Snoop admitted in an episode of his Double G News YouTube show earlier this year. Quote, I don't know why. I'm just fucking scared of them. I'm so serious. You ain't never seen me in a scene with a horse. I done been in a scene with ostriches, iguanas, all kinds of shit, he went on. But, quote, ain't never been in a scene with a horse. He continued, if that were not enough, nah, get that motherfucker away from me. I don't know why. Maybe someday we could be introduced to a baby horse, a little jackass or something, so I could learn how to be around you motherfuckers, but not now. End quote.
Now, crazy second half of that aside, I get it. Horses are terrifying.
You know, I like to mock you for your fears, but in this instance, I will say, Tim, you are handing out good advice. People, for whatever reason, maybe it's Disney's fault, maybe it's TV, I don't know. Horses are giant, terrifying animals that want to bite you or kick you in the face.
Yeah, earlier when I was talking about looking in a horse's mouth, I'll do that to a man. I wouldn't do that to a horse. That was just a metaphor.
Yeah, they will bite your fingers off like carrots.
Yeah.
just like that. Gone. Have you ever seen a horse's teeth? They're the size of your fist.
Yeah.
You couldn't fit one horse's tooth in your mouth.
Oh, that's a deal I'd like to try.
I was going to say, God damn it, the look in your eye.
Now, I will have you know, I do know a website. I shouldn't brag. It's eBay. You can buy horse teeth on... No, it's just eBay. You can just buy horse teeth on eBay. And I'm going to put them in my mouth, and I'm going to put them in your mouth, and we're going to see, first of all...
how many teeth we can fit in that mouth.
Yeah, is it more than one? Is it one?
It's not. Okay. It's one. It's one horse tooth.
But do you think I could get the entire thing into my mouth? Like, close my mouth around a horse tooth? We'll find out. Check
Listeners.
the Instagram for my horse tooth thing.
How many horse teeth did we get in Tim's head? Now, just out of curiosity, and I'm sure I'll instantly regret this question, are they loose or they come attached to a skull and you gotta...
Oh, God, they're loose. I didn't even consider that. I mean, I will, if you send me a horse skull, listeners, I will bash those teeth out and put them in my mouth. If that's what your question was.
Bash those teeth out. I said horrible things today.
Well, no, it's a dead... listen, I didn't kill the horse.
No, you didn't kill the horse. It's not even... There's no skin. There's no meat. It's a skull. It's a skull.
Right, and presumably it's been through some sort of bleaching process. So it's a clean skull.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bash those teeth out and put them in my mouth.
Oh, my God. Just imagine you on the fucking front stoop. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, I'm bashing these teeth out of this horse skull I got in the mail. Oh, cool. I'm going to go ahead and move out. I'll see you later. You fucking creep. There's no good reason for that. There's no next sentence that makes that okay. You know that, right? I want to see how many teeth I could fit in my mouth.
Yes.
You realize how crazy you sound. Feel like you're in a moment of self-reflection. Tim, what other news do you have?
Well, Garrett, in System of a Down and Korn news, it seems that Sode and Korn actually, when you think about it, make pretty sexy music. Do you think their music is sexy, Garrett?
No.
It is so sexy, in fact, that a man at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, home of the Big Apple's major sports teams, began compulsively masturbating in the front row of an upper section at an August 27th show. He was, of course...
What do you think denotes compulsively?
Well, that he was doing it in public and at a Korn show. I don't actually know. I did not do my due diligence here. I don't know which band was playing. I think it was Korn, but I don't know which song it was, and I feel like that might be enlightening.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear it's not Sode.
And no, it could be. They could be doing those crazy voices, who knows. Anyway, Garrett, he was immediately beaten by his fellow concert goers before he was drug out by security. According to the Big Apple Post, our city's most trusted newspaper, the 37-year-old was charged with lewdness and resisting arrest.
Man, I think he got off easy.
Yeah.
I think there's worse charges you can get for jaying off in public.
But I think that this all could still end in him on the sex offenders registry
list.
So, yeah,
probably for the best too, because us normal people aren't jaying off in public, especially not at a Sode concert.
Yeah, Korn, who knows? They're sexy.
Maybe. But, listen, who knows?
Yeah. Garrett, news, second story, your turn, go.
Way better. Sarcasm, I hate you. Tim, Green Day recently revealed that their upcoming film, I don't know what that means either, New Year's Rev, dubbed, quote, a Green Day story, will be centering on a fictional garage band called the Analog Dogs, whose biggest dream is to meet and open for their punk idols, Green Day. When the trio finally managed to get their demo tape into the right hands, they believe they've scored a once-in-a-lifetime gig opening for Green Day. But they soon find out the opportunity was just an elaborate prank orchestrated by one of their brothers. Coming soon, Tim, New Year's Rev, a Green Day story.
Yeah, I'll see that.
I mean, you will. It'll be for the show.
Maybe. Well, yeah, probably.
I hope. You gotta get your life right, son.
Yeah.
Don't be seeing stuff like that for no good reason.
That's true. Not like wild hogs.
Wild hogs. Do it. Tim, what other news stories did you write down and claim as your own?
In somewhat old YMCA news, Victor Willis, songwriter of the Village People's YMCA, would like everybody to know that this song is not, in fact, a gay anthem, saying he simply wrote it about what he knew about the YMCA at the time. To quote,
notorious gay hotspot.
To quote, when I say hang out with all the boys, that is simply 1970s black slang for black guys hanging out together for sports, gambling, or whatever. Nothing gay about that.
Stop explaining. It's not getting better.
He does admit that rumors that it is a gay anthem may be due to, and I'm quoting here, the fact that multiple members of the band were gay and the group's first album was about the gay lifestyle. He has threatened to sue news outlets for reporting the song as a gay anthem, which is why we here at the Why I Hate This Album podcast definitively agree with him. This is not about gay sex any more than Murray Head's song is about doing weird stuff in Thailand.
Or not doing weird stuff, but paying to watch other people do it and firmly not completing. And in doing so, really completing.
Yeah.
Checking.
Ugh. Garrett, third story, your turn.
Tim, a Burning Man attendee, was found dead in what can only be described as an incredibly gruesome murder. According to local authorities. An officer was flagged down by an attendee just after 9 p.m. Saturday night, around the time that the quote-unquote man effigy is burnt. The officer was taken to see a body of a man lying in a large pool of blood, quote, obviously deceased, end quote, according to the police. Cops say this looks like a singular crime, but they warn festival attendees to stay vigilant. Tim, is there literally any reason left on the planet to attend Burning Man?
Yes, there is one, Garrett. Think about all of the tech bros you could murder.
No,
and how
with a euphemism.
Satisfying that would be.
Yeah, I mean, they all have their like weird little private like fiefdoms.
Yeah.
So you gotta infiltrate those, but I mean,
listen,
that be?
You have skills infiltrating and then, well, what do they like to say? Disrupting? You're a disruptor of...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, listen. It can't be half as hard as getting into an...
Yeah, we'll probably bleep that.
Sure.
But my point is, Garrett, that like just as they disrupt the tech sector, you are excellent at disrupting human me in such a way that it kind of stops working.
Wait, no, okay. No, we will have bleeped a lot of that. I am a problem solver.
Right. And sometimes that problem is that there is one too many people alive, and you gotta fix that.
I make a space incompatible with life. If somebody happens to be in that space.
There you go. Right, exactly.
That's not my fault.
I'm gonna keep this and walking in your direction, and if you get in the way of the that's really kind of your fault. I get it.
Yeah, we're going to bleep a lot of the parts where you openly accused me of being a murderer.
No. Listen, it's not...
Hatred.
Yeah.
Contractor.
Yeah.
Which is technically accurate. Yeah, that's even more accurate. I was a businessman. Still am. Tim, what other news do you have to wrap things up today?
My last story is Willard Smith news.
Oh, God.
You see, Willard Smith has... he's been touring his new music about, and he really wanted to get the audience reaction. So he has posted a bunch of YouTube clips of his audience shouting his name, waving their hands. The title of the concert video is, "My favorite part of the tour is seeing all of you up close. Thank you for seeing me too. Big old red heart." Now, why is this news? This seems very like just something everyone might do. It's because all of these people are fake, Garrett. He has used AI to fabricate a bunch of cheering crowds and promotional videos for his new terrible music. These YouTube clips are definitely AI generated. They have weird repetitive motions. There's this uniform background motion that's super unnatural. There's misspelled signs about how he saved their lives somehow. There are those weird, monstrous, blurry-faced abominations in the background and foreground. You know, the thing where it's just, it did the top half of the face and then it kind of Slendermaned the bottom half. It is unsettling, it's embarrassing, and I do not know what the fuck this guy's doing.
So I did some sleuthing, and he needs a new marketing and PR team. This is terrible. But it seems to be be a amalgamation of AI and repurposed clips from his other shows.
Oh, okay.
They've like mishmashed people from like here, there, and everywhere into these new shows and then filled in the gaps with AI. Because that weird sign lady, if you look at the original version, you're like, oh, okay, like, yeah, they like, there's a sign about how Will Smith helped them get through a tough time. Sure, we get emails like that. It's lovely.
Surprising,
But always surprising. But if you look at some of these new released clips, it's been AI-ified. And so it's like kind of garbagey and dumb. And you can see I went sleuthing on Reddit because I still have that website available to me on my computer. And yeah, there's all sorts of digital stitched together business going on. I just don't. He used to be top of the heap when it came to like internet stunts and publicity and getting people's attention, even when his movies were shite. But now it is just a fucking downhill spiral into the fucking toilet ever since that slap, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it was going downhill a little bit before that, but yeah, that really, ugh.
Yeah, the career was not awesome because you had, what was the one he made with his son with a Fear?
Oh, After Earth?
Yeah, the bad guy was Fear, Tim.
Oh, maybe I didn't understand that movie. I assumed the bad guy was Jaden.
I definitely didn't understand it, and you were wrong. Jaden was not the bad guy.
Disagree.
Poor Jaden.
I mean,
poor Jaden.
Yeah, he never had a chance, but also, like, it's the kind of thing where he got a real bad start, but then, like, he immediately drove it off a cliff, and once he hit the bottom, he, like, jumped out of the burning wreckage of that car with a shovel and started digging.
And hurled himself into it. Yeah, it's troubling kid. Alrighty, Tim, we've been all the way through it. That's all the emails. That's all the user. That's all the listener emails that we can have time for today. So we get to the part of the show where we announce what album we're going to be listening to for an entire week straight before we come back here. And Tim, I am super curious. Pull out the hopper, pull out the ball.
Ooh.
What album is it?
Well, Garrett, this week we have to go to our skull-shaped hopper because
that's confusing.
It is now fall officially. Next week will be fall, which is the spooky season. We are officially in Spooktember, so we are only going for Halloween spooky albums.
Really?
And ooh, Garrett, this is a good one. This is a good one. Live throwing copper.
Wow, how is that first of all, so many questions. Like, let me just get them out real fast. You address any of them in any order that you see fit. 1, why are we doing spooky movies already? The Spooktacular used to be October. 2, why would that be in that category if that's in fact what we're doing? I guess it's just the 2.
Okay.
Address them.
So we're doing Spooktember because it is the spooky season, right? So it used to be Spooktober. That morphed into Spooktember, so we got a little bit of that. We got some Spookvember, get a little tail end action there. Spookcember was an obvious extension of that. Then you get the Janu Spook and Febu Spook. So now we've got this whole, the spooky season. After you get that, you hit sexy spring, sexy summer. Then you're back to, the spooky season.
You got like 3 seasons.
Yeah, really just the 2. I mean, if you combine sexy spring and summer.
Yeah, which I guess there's really no difference except for you saying spring or summer. Also, and we get 1 day for Insane Clown Posse.
Well, sure, Garrett. There's always an icy Pissmas. But if you think about it, that's pretty spooky, so it kind of works.
I hate the world I've created for myself.
Now, to answer your second question, I think it's got Frankenstein in the cover, maybe? So that's what we're doing.
Oh, it doesn't, but it does. Fantastic. Well, listen, it worked out because 1 is this what month is it? Spooktember,
yes.
Yeah, this Spooktember's nonsense. I'm not saying you haven't done it before. I'm just saying it remains nonsense. And this I don't think is spooky.
Based on the cover, it's pretty spooky.
God, I don't even remember what it was. It's like some sort of like lurch-looking fucker.
Yeah.
Interesting. Any predictions here, Tim? I loved this album as a kid.
I remember seeing it in Blockbuster Music when that was a thing and being terrified.
You know some of the hits, though, right?
Probably. Are there things about making love to dolphins?
No, that's the other one. The way you bathed in light,
yeah,
reminds me of the night God laid me down into your world. gold. That song is pretty good. No, this is the one about placentas and the lightning.
That sounds spooky. Did we already
Mother
do
Cries.
this album?
No, we've just talked about doing it for like 5 years.
Okay.
I think. Redux. I don't know. I'm
we
looking
got a
forward
whole
to
bunch
it.
of spook stuff to get to, so we'll work our way through it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we haven't done this album. But if we did, we're doing it again. So enjoy, everyone. But that's going to do it for this week. Reach out, hatePodMail@gmail.com. Instagram's hatePod. Twitter's album hatePod. I'm GRV Tweets. Email's the easiest, but, whatever. We want to hear from you. But for this week, I've been one of your hosts, Garrett Harvey.
I have been the other, Timothy P. Richardson, and very confusingly, Garrett P. Harvey was the inspiration for both Serpico and Dog Day Afternoon.
Accurate.
There's cowboys running through my dreams. Nothing's quite the way it seems. I joined the Navy, got kicked out in a week. My facial features aren't distinct. Try to find some meaning in these songs. The genius is a genius, got it wrong. No, it's a lobster murder sex thing. It's the bleaching of the rear. A full assault on both your ears. The riffs are too repetitive. The lyrics make no sense. All the songs are B-sides. The cover art's a mess. Listen to it for a week. Now that week has passed. It's the Why I Hate This Album podcast with Tim and Garrett.
Attica!